All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I was just running a tad late. I have Kip with me today, so he all over the place. I'm like looking around, like, okay, what can he choke on? Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm like, okay, yes, Dada, yes. So he's got Dada down. So we've officially got Dada. We're working on Mum. Kipster's he's getting advanced. He's working. He's working. Anyway, so Kip will be with us today. So we'll see how long he is able to kind of play with some things on the ground and bounce and with his short attention span. So here, go ahead, take this. All right, maybe he'll want to go to sleep here soon. Anyway, so basically yesterday or today is more or less a retracement of what we're seeing from yesterday. Um, Obviously we had massive yen weakness yesterday. You're seeing the dollar yen, pound yen are both down a little bit today. Not bad. Um, Dollar on the flip side is again kind of going up, kind of going down. It's going up versus CAD, which again yesterday it was down versus the Aussie. Obviously the Aussie dollar is down. Again, dollar strength there, little tiny bit of strength versus the pound, and a little bit of strength versus the euro as well. So I think everything is getting prepared and for tomorrow morning. But the news this morning, obviously the 2 point or the 229,000 unemployment claims higher than expected by about 10%. So you know um, that's something that is kind of new. I also have hot coffee that I'm trying to juggle and kind of keep away from the boy as well. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Um, if the screen goes crazy, it's because he's sitting on my lap and pounding on the keyboard. So Um, it's how we're rolling today. Anyway, Lagarde this morning from the ECB. You know, she's made a bunch of different comments. We have a sequence in place. We want to be predictable. It's good practice with incremental rate rises. Again, um, this is kind of a new stance, right? Before they said that they were raising interest rates in July, right? But they said 0.25, and then we would take a look, right? They would kind of weigh their options and be like, all right, what did it look like? You know, what do you think it's going to be, right? They had no expectations for doing multiples. Now it sounds like there's a bit more expectation in there of raising it multiple times in a row. So it's a little tiny bit of a departure of kind of what we saw, but not necessarily something I think anybody is kind of shocked or surprised about. Um, Again, one rate hike is not really going to do it. I think we've kind of figured that out already. Um, it is what it is. We have done two. We're getting ready to do three and number four, and it's not slowing anything down. We know the pound; it's continuing to rise there. Their inflation is higher, and they did 4.25s in a row. So the incremental, it sounds great on paper, and it makes people not as worried. But at the same time, is it the way to go? I don't know. I think that's debatable. Um, let's see, July or later. It's July. We already know that. We won't limit ourselves to decisions only with forecasts. So yeah, saying everything that she needs to say. I mean, none of it I think it is earth shattering, but it is giving us confirmation of what the plan actually is, which I think is fine, which is good. Again, like I said, she's very big on we don't want to make any surprises, don't want to make any surprises, don't want to make any surprises. So it's kind of where we're at now. All right. Um, all right. So tomorrow, obviously, mentioned multiple times. Unemployment rate, I don't think that's going to be a big deal for CAD, but I think this point 0.7 is going to be what everybody's talking about. I'm also curious to see what the consumer sentiment does, how much lower it actually comes in. I, it's one of those figures, right? It's forecast to be a bit lower, right? But if you ask people right now, kind of where they see kind of the economy going in the next 6 months, not many people are talking about up, right? There's not this general consensus that hey, listen, we're going to all-time highs, right? This is going to be awesome. Um, That's not really necessarily the case. Um, I think this right here, again, that basically inflation pressures have broadened and intensified, right? Russian invasion will weigh on confidence and dampen growth. Yeah, yeah, a little bit, but not as much I think she thinks. But I think that the broadening and using this as the excuse, I think, is kind of what's wearing, right? The war, the pandemic in China made supply bottlenecks worse. There's not many people talking about supply bottlenecks right now. We're not quite seeing it to the same extent that we did before. Um, so Yeah. I don't know. I just feel that this consumer confidence number is going to be kind of like a little bit of a hidden gem tomorrow. Just because, again, spending, saving, um, actually, if you look at kind of where we are with things right now, we know that we're basically at a 40-year high inflation. We're at a 22-year low for mortgages. And if you look at credit card debt, right? If you look at debt, we're at like a 15-year high or something like that, basically since 2008. So people are just throwing everything on credit cards, right? That's kind of a weird recipe, or not a weird, but a not great recipe. This figure tomorrow, as well as combined with the consumer confidence, could lead us, I think, to a quite red day. So we'll see what the market does today in preparation for that tomorrow. All right. Um, all right. Going into the charts. By the way, I just had this up there. Um, you guys ever had? So it's kind of weird. So yesterday we talked about this trade here, and we sold it over here, and I actually did. That's what I was doing on the other thing. I sold a contract. For not a contract, a knockout. I was like, wait, it's not a binary contract. It was a knockout. Sold the knockout, got out, and I never got an email. And I was like, where the heck? I was like, I know here's my history. I know it's a profitable trade. Where the heck is my email? It got sucked in your spam folder. So if you guys are having any problems with Nadex, don't forget to check that spam folder. I've never had that before. Typically, all my orders come through the main kind of inbox. For some reason, Google is now flagging Nadex as potential spam. So I had to like go re-add the address again and basically say that nope, this is not spam. Need to know. So it was one of those ones. It's like, yes, I woke up green, but I never had the email. And I was like, wait a second, is it still on? Seriously? And then I looked at it, I was like, wait a second, here's the confirmation. Where the heck is the email? It was in the spam folder. So I don't know, Debbie, did you take this one too? The knockout is actually still live, but I had a profit target set on there. My profit target got hit. But I know you took the Aussie one that we talked about a couple days ago or last week or whatever. I don't know if you took the pound one or not, but that was the pound one that I was looking at. Um, VIX. VIX is kind of skyrocketing very quickly here. I didn't. Wah, wah, wah. It was an easy one. There's like $16 worth of risk on it. Yeah, it's like $16 worth of risk. Um, yeah, yeah, it's a nice little one. Um, Anyway, VIX spiking. Looks like everything's kind of rolling in the red. None of them are. I mean, I guess NQ, but we expected that one to be lower. I guess Russell's starting to pick up speed too. It's 1.1 instead of what it was earlier, 0.3. So, yeah, starting to see some movement in there. And like I said, there's the Aussie dollar. So we're starting to see the CPI result kind of come into play. Um, this is one that again we're now past. Actually, we're right where we talked about. Kind of, we would see the additional buyers come in. Question is how much of this is going to get factored in today versus how much is going to get factored in tomorrow. And wow, I hate to say it. I feel like, I don't know. Can we hit this next level? We have a Harry Potter down here right below. You can see the dotted line. There's an alert set on it. I'm kind of wondering if we get down to here, if we break 71.21. Again, this has been straight down since earlier this morning, but I mean, how much room do we need to move here? We need to go 14 pips more, right? We got an hour. We got what, 40 minutes or whatever till the reversal time. Everybody knows that CPI number is just it's looming out there. It's like it's just there. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think at this point, wait for this one to drop. And again, if we do not have a reversal, if we do have a reversal, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes off that level, right? But if we do break through and kind of pull back up a little bit, I think again we're trying to take over this and we're kind of pushing all the way back down here, and this will put a profit target down at 70.94 would be kind of where you're buying to get out of what order is. Um, let's see. Curious enough, let's see. I want to know. Let me see. Could it be a daily? Let's see. Do I have a daily in range? Nope, not even close. All right, yeah, it's moved too much. I was kind of looking at that. I was like, I wonder if we got something. Nope. Unfortunately, it's all beforehand. Could there be a weekly there? Nope. Way too far away. All right, so there's nothing on that one. Let me see. Hold on. Might as well check it. There's actually okay. So there's actually a knockout about to be broken. Okay, It's got 5 pips to go before there's an Aussie dollar knockout that's about to break. The next one printed down may be a little bit high. Let's see, where's the next one? That one is 71.70. Well, that's 21.10. There's a knockout that breaks right here. There's a knockout that breaks right there, right? There's a knockout that breaks right there. The reprint would put the stop loss right above this. So there may actually be a knockout trade in this one. Kind of takes a little bit of, we need a little bit more of a drive, and then catching the pullback, there could be a knockout for this one. That makes a little bit of sense. So just kind of keep an eye on that one. Us again, obviously, we had a zone up here. We talked about this. This was a higher time frame zone. I thought I marked it off. And again, we just came up and bounced off of it. There was something you could have set more near term, right? And looking at this one, you can see that again, we put a base in, we came back and we touched it, and it kind of pushed away. So you could have drawn a top on this one a little bit more refined, and that's what we ran off of late yesterday, and it just continued to go lower. I did mention yesterday I was expecting basically all the yen pairs to turn and flip. Reason why is because again, we had such massive amounts of weakness in the yen. We were due for the yen to kind of reverse, and that's all it did. This one from kind of the peak here has dropped about 150 pips. So quite a nice size mover if you're able to play any of the reversals. Um, you know, but again, after the big move that we saw up yesterday, these were all due, and they all look kind of the same on that. All right, so again, pulled back. Where is this one? Potentially stopping at? I heard squeaking. I was like, "Is that the door?" Yes, Jinjin, is that you? Jinjin is playing with the door. She keeps opening the door and sticking her head in and out. She must have finished her strawberries. Um, Potential areas for this one, there's a few different levels in here. I kind of want to see at this point. I don't really like any of these just to go in long. I know we have the one all the way down here that's kind of confirmed. We got a little bit of a test in here as well. That's quite a bit away right now at about 146 pips down. There is some basing in here, but I don't really like the zone, and it's late night, and it did roll off at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, I guess there could be a case made about this level here, but I'd be a bit more cautious with it. It's so close right now. 35 pips. Could we get the reversal? Sure. Um, I don't know. This one to me right now is setting up for a proxy for tomorrow for CPI. Um, yeah, yeah, it's setting up more for a proxy at this point. I think. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I think it's setting up more for a proxy for CPI, kind of a proxy through gold. So right now, I am still bearish this position. It's my thinking. Could there be a potential reversal? Sure, probably here if it's going to be anywhere. But the timing of that one, again, it's going to require some help from the yen because the Austin market is not open and we have no news today that's really going to affect gold. It's just the pre-pricing in for tomorrow, which should be kind of more dollar strength, right? Right, which would be gold weakness, which is Aussie weakness, and that's combined down. So there's a lot of fundamental factors on this one that I don't like. But 95.07 would be where we were looking for a turn if you were looking for something. Euro pound. How about that for interesting talk there? So yesterday we mentioned that 85.84 was the area we were looking to sell. Again, this is where the news that literally drove it in, and how about that for a kind of a setup? No Harry Potter entry of that break, but yeah, how's that for a reversal? And again, there's the alert going off. This was a proximal line that we had talked about, and it did. It came up. It slammed into it. We typically wait for any type of basing in there, and again, there's your reversal back to the downside. So, yeah, quite a large mover there, about a 62 pip mover off of that zone, right? So again, if you had taken it in spot, may have gotten stopped out on this one. Again, Nadex is what we were looking for, was the reversal, and yeah, huge push down. Again, going back to 85, we mentioned that 85 was kind of the level we were looking for. Buddy, what do you got? Hey, what do you got? What are you eating? You got something in your mouth? Yes. It's a piece of a leaf. Way to go. Kip is obviously trying to become vegetarian here, eating a leaf on the ground, which I'm not sure where he got the leaf, but he's eating a leaf. But absolutely monstrous drop. And again, the Harry Potter at this point is out. It never really got an entry for it. It did do the spike back and forth here, which again is kind of their 7:45 news window. Get a little bit volatile, right? And then all it did was it drove it up and straight back down. So yeah, I mean this is there's your kind of craziness, right? Straight down to wipe everybody out, straight back up. There's your one candle base, and you're like, yep, break below, and we short it, and boom. So not much to say about that one. It's kind of done. So again, I think 85 is our target for today. Look for some basing around 85 and a potential for maybe a bit of a reversal because again, this is a lot of movement. It's a daily ATR already in an hour and a half. Euro yen. There's your continuation from yesterday. We talked about it coming down. There's your pop. It actually hit it again and then dropped all the way down. Then drove up in the European session, hit that area for news, and dropped back down again. So it's the same as the Aussie trade. I mentioned getting short this one yesterday, looking for that kind of confirmation, and there was your reversal. Again, we did come back and hit it, and again, there's your push down. So nothing you can do with it. It's already retraced twice, and both drops off of that level were about 140 pips. So quite a substantial amount of movement. Really going from what 144.10 all the way down to 142.80. So a lot of movement, right? A lot of movement, very very fast. But again, we're looking for trading opportunities, and the trading opportunity on this one is kind of already done. So if you were attending yesterday, you could have got in either time. I'm sure you late night guys. Somebody must have got this one last night, but again, European session drop, and then again, news drop off the U.S. Open. So lots of stuff in that one. So yeah, it's always nice when I can say, hey, when it hits this, but it's already hit it twice and it's already gone to profit target twice. So there's not much else I can help you with on that one. Buddy, what are you doing? Ah, da da. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's definitely becoming more. He communicates a lot more now. Yes, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, he's crawling all over the floor. Oops, not that one. Right, so from basically this one's done. Again, if you didn't grab it, it's a little bit too late. You don't want to chase it. Probably some basing around this level at the 23.6, but again, that would be more of a downside target. It's already found buyers down here twice. Again, position is kind of done. But hopefully you guys grabbed that from yesterday. Euro dollar. Yeah, this one is again, we had two levels here. We talked about the more aggressive level, but the more conservative levels up top. So I had an alert. It wasn't an alert that I had for the group. It's one of my alerts. Yeah, let's see. 1.8. My alert went off on this one and said, hey, it's close. Get ready. Get ready. And the alert went off. And I think I had my alert just so you guys can tell. Whoa, what are you doing? No, don't pull that. Don't pull that. I had an alert. I think my alert was sitting like right here, right? Is where I had my alert. Somewhere. Again, the pricing's a little bit different from this versus the who I have it trading through right now. So I missed. My alert said, "Hey, listen, set the trade up. We're there. Parabolic move up," and then I missed it by 0.8 or 1.8, 1.8 on the chart, but I missed it on mine as well. So yeah, hopefully when you guys grab this one, wah wah wah, pipette gang, and look at this move, 94 pips, 94 pips in an hour. So down with the pipette gang, they got me. So it's not just you, Ernest. What made me mad is the alert went off even. It's like, damn, so close yet so far. But yeah, so not much else we can do with it right now. I'm waiting for a bounce off 106.53. Yeah, this one ended up not providing too much there, but again, it was more the aggressive level that we were looking for on that. Don't need that anymore. This one is out. That one is out. We're really looking. There's your top and bottom. Another hit of 107.75, which again, so close. And then 106.53 to the downside. So right there. But yeah, the pipette gang is an equal opportunity. I don't know how you want to say it. Equal opportunity trade messer upper, right? Equal opportunity trade messer upper is what they would be. Yeah, buddy, what? What are you trying to do here? I'm trying to help you, but you're not communicating well. Hold on one sec. I'm trying to figure out what it is that he's trying to get to. What is that? What is this? Come here. Come here. Come here. No, it's a piece of. No, we don't need to eat that. I'm telling you, I could have 6 baby toys on the ground and there's one piece of trash, like a leaf, and he's all over the leaf. Here, get. Oh, get that. What is that? Yeah, that's the other piece of the leaf. And you get his fingers, and he has. So he has his 2 bottom front teeth too. So I don't know if any parents out there that know this one. You know, like the little hook thing where if you think they got something in their mouth, you're supposed to like stick your finger in and kind of go to one cheek and like hook it across. You go to put your finger in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, I'll eat that," and he just chomps on it. So yeah, yeah, angry, angry. So top and bottom, 107.75, 106.53 on the bottom. Pound yen did the same kind of pullback. We talked about it yesterday. It ended up punching just a little bit higher. Again, we were looking for 170, but the reversal still went in. Again, you can see how much it fought this area. Hit it, based, and it popped it in, based again, and then pulled back. And again, it didn't really give us the entry. It got really, really close. Again, maybe you got into it depending on how you drew your zone. You may have drawn your zone and say, hey, listen, there's the base right there. Oh, it pulled back. It did touch. So you may have gotten in. But again, from the original zone that we had drawn and the breakage of it, it didn't. We would have had to readjust. And, I think that this does have the ability still by the end of the week. We're only what? It's 200 pips. So we're starting to run out of time on this one. But I think what? I think by early next week, we can probably get up to this 170 mark. And then I'm looking for a roll. I like to see what it does here. If I adjust this one, you can see that it kind of was a 23.6. I say kind of because it sliced through it with kind of nothing and then came back up and used it as a bounce. The area that you looked across here, you're like, wow, was that good? Not really. Hey, nobody can hear me if you're talking like that. Um, it's okay. I like the short on this one. I like the reversal of the yen, so I wasn't really looking for a long on this one. And that's kind of where I'm at with it now. If we've removed this off, we do have a base in here that, again, if you're really looking for something, and you're like dead set on shorting this one, look to short it up top. Uh, I'm more looking for this one to kind of come up to this area and then base through it and then kind of break through the top side of it. So for me, that's a break of, I think, 80, right? 75, 76. So it's more of a break of the top side of this level here. Yes, buddy. I'm looking for more of a break of that up top, right? And again, maybe that's the launching point where we get up to 170. So, again, all your trading is all on you. If you're looking for reversal, that's where it would come in. Pound dollar. So this is the one we were in yesterday. We were literally sitting where we were sitting right here at 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, we were sitting right here around 9:30, 10 o'clock. It ended up going a little bit higher, but we mentioned that the stopping point was 125.86. It came all the way down, and I don't even know. Let's see. I didn't obviously I was not holding it till the end. Where is it? 68 right there. So it was 124. Wah! Wah! 124.68. 24.68. Right there. So that's what the full knockout was from there down. There was your full knockout. I obviously don't hold knockouts till the end. And again, I was looking at profit taking. Oops, not that one. I mentioned that profit taking, watch out for right here. Why right there? Actually, and again, let me make this flat. 105, 10. Let's see. 016. You can see that those numbers match, and right there. Why? Because again, that's what the rules say that we're looking for the big move. We're looking for the wick behind, right where it pops, and boom, right there. So again, I get asked a lot of times where you put profit targets for things, and again, I'm very big on making sure that I have the 1 and 3 risk reward ratios. But again, I got to make sure that the fundamentals, or I'm sorry, the technicals actually match up. This one actually was a little bit beyond where we got into it here. We talked about this level right there. And you can see your 1 to 3 was right there. So, did it go past the 1 to 3? Yes, right? This one we had room to run all the way down here to 53. Yes, maybe Mr. Kip needs to take over and voice some of his perspective on the markets. I don't know. Do you know if you want angry trading, Neuro? Then we have Mr. Kip. Mr. Kip is in angry mode right now. Yes, yes. So he's very much a boy. So Melissa's struggling with him right now because Jin was basically perfect. Like I told him, like there's a pendulum, right, of like behavior and stuff like that. Jin was probably like, especially little. Jin was probably like an 8 or 9. Like if 5 is average for a kid, Jin was probably like on the 8 or 9 spectrum. Like she was really, I would say, really easy as a baby. Um, you know, across the board. Kip, he is where Jin was on the positive side of easy. He is on the negative side of average easy. So if Kip had been Jin, if he was number 1, there would not be a number two. But I'm sure many parents say that. So, but he is everything the difference between the boys. So I don't I compare him. He's very very similar to the boys, the twins. Um, but like I said, the girl was definitely easy, and this is what everybody said. Girls are easy as kids, and then they hit teenagers and they become much worse. Where boys, they're harder to deal with, but by the time they're five, that's it. They're maxed. Well, he's definitely destructive. He loves to break stuff. He loves to bang stuff. He loves to throw stuff. He likes to bite. You know, anger trading is a strategy, right? Yeah. So yeah, so he's definitely he's fun. I mean, he's happy all the time, but he's vocal and like I said, he'll Jin wants to play with him. She'll put her head down and he'll grab her hair and just yank it and pull it. And she's like, he's pulling my hair. I'm like, well, you put your hair next to him where he can reach it. You don't want to pull your hair. Don't get down there. I'm like, he's a baby. So, but she doesn't like that. She's like, but I want him to play with me. It's like, well, he doesn't know how to play. Anyway, I would say right now, again, removing kind of fibs on this one. We knew that was a target. I'll remove this so we can see it a little bit better. I'll remove the knockout. And again, this is why it's so important to understand where you put your profit targets at. With that said, we know that this is a 50% level in here. We do know based off this, where the base was right there. We are in that same level right now. So it is 10 o'clock. We are close to reversal time. We do have a confirmation that there are sellers here in the past, and it is still a 50% retracement level. I guess if we bring it down, it is more the 61.8 right now that it came off of. So again, on the larger, yeah, that it was a 20. It was the old 23 level that was broken from the new high to low. The one we pulled back, it was the 50 61.8 is a confirmed level as well. So there's every reason to probably get short this one again if you guys like it or not. But again, it is not the freshest. It has hit this again and again. Um, Again, a lot of people selling in that space. All right. What? What are you doing? What? Here. You gonna make noise? No? Okay. As soon as everybody's listening, you stop making noise. Nice. Dollar CAD. So dollar's going crazy. And again, this is from this morning, the same 7:45 comments about kind of what we're seeing. Prices going up, inflation, and again, anything that is inflation driven right now is going to jack the dollar, unfortunately. And again, pushed higher, even with oil. I mean, oil is down 0.25. It's really not doing much. You're seeing massive dollar strength come in. So this is really preparing for tomorrow. And Lagarde's comments really did nothing to kind of stifle that. Basically saying that inflation is broadening. It's going into more sectors. We're seeing it everywhere. And then we're seeing CPI 0.7. It's like, ugh, you know, got to do more. Unfortunately, got to do more. Um, buddy, what are you doing? Hold on one sec. What are you doing? What? Yeah, I see. Yes, I see. Why are you doing that? He's like, what? I don't. Hold on. He's knocking everything around. Wait, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Come here. Okay. Sorry, he's eating stuff again. Yes, I got it. You cannot have that. That is a non-eating thing. Um, but dollar CAD, it is actually a confirmed level, and we can change this around. It was the old 50. If I bring it down and just readjust it, you can see we're at the 50 right now. Again, people using the 50 61.8. It is a basing level. It has been confirmed. So I would say that there is a potential short up here at 126.10. Let's see if that lines up with anything. Why I have it up here. Forex. Again, remember, I am not the biggest fan of Nadex contract or Nadex, the way Nadex deals with dollar CAD. So there is a knockout up at 126.13. I think that's too close proximity. There is one at 126.33. If we kind of push in there, the top of this is at 18. 126.33 is kind of up there a bit. It is a little bit high. Unfortunately, this one is close. What are you doing? You're going to fall. That is the easiest way for you to fall down. Yes. Yeah. We're moving into the sleep position at this point. All right. I'd say that there is a potential knockout up here, but okay, you can sleep here. I was like, oh god, he pulled the cord out. Would you stop? Why? No cord pulling. Nope, no cord pulling. Here, eat this. He loves the microphone. If you guys suddenly lose sound, it's because he's pulled the microphone out. It'll just take me a second to be back. Um, But there is obviously a position up here for selling. It may be more of a spot based trade. It is kind of lining up, but again, it doesn't match kind of a knockout where it needs to be. Unfortunately, it is a little bit deep up here at 126.33. It's probably too much risk, and like I said, there's one there, and then there's one sitting. What did I say it was 13. So it's right there. It's literally right on the other side. So it would have to be like a complete. I mean, there'd be like no risk in it. It'd be like literally ready to get stopped out. So um, angry trading works really well for blowing up accounts, right? I mean, I don't know. Would you consider Kramer trading angry trading, right? I mean, when someone yells buy, 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 sell, 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 I mean, would that be considered angry? I feel like the voice is kind of angry, right? Right? Angry trader, right? I feel like that could be his next venture. Right? I feel like that's angry trading. But anyway, we're looking for a reversal here. I do like the level much higher up at 126.80. Again, it's kind of an extreme. The middle trading is always a little bit more difficult, but you do have people like the 50s. But we are looking at the 10:30 reversal time. Dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss. So this would have been a stop out base trade, right? Again, no entry, no entry. Came up and started the base and pulled back and pulled back again. And then when it kind of pushed back up again, what I would say is you either got stopped out on this one or you got stopped out at break even, right? 1-to-1 in this trade would have been right there, right? So you can see that it actually went above the 1-to-1, right? If there was your entry, it made it past 1-to-1. After hitting deeper, you got to be like, hey, wait a second. I'm in this trade. I haven't taken my stop loss hasn't been hit. Once it goes over to 1-to-1 and it hits a third time, you're expecting this level to break. So you need to make sure that you get out. So if you traded this one right and you were following this, and again, this was a lot of following in the overnight session, you should have got stopped out at break even on this trade. Worst case scenario, you took a little bit of a loss. Again, we were looking for kind of a clean pop through, and we didn't get it. It was, hey, what, what? I know. This is going to be a 20-minute fight, and just as we end, he's going to fall asleep. I'm saying it right now. I'm just going to call it right now. What? Yes, pulling the cord and raking across your face is not going to help you either, buddy. He's got like he's at the stage now where his eyes are almost closed and he's just grabbing for anything. He's literally going to be asleep right at 10:30. I'm gonna get right now. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. 10:30. Here, you like this? Here, take this. No, don't want you to take the microphone. Here, take that. Yeah, there we go. So most likely, again, stopped out of break even if you're trading this one correctly. We're going to hit the line now because it was not as much of a basing area as we saw. I will say that we do have somewhat of a Harry Potter over here based off of this move, but this is showing us a lot of dollar weakness. It's giving us switch strength, which I don't know if I don't know if all that is justified right now. But I'd say this level right here is something that I'm kind of watching out for. The reason why is because we did have decent basing. It did pull back, but I don't like this old zone. This gives us kind of a little bit more of a run, and then we had this really strong push here. So I'm kind of looking for this one to be here. Here. No, you can't have it. You can't have it. Yeah, just put your head down. There we go. There we go. You were so close. Just put your head down. Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah. You want to go to? Do you want to go to? Do you want to go to Aunt Debbie's? We'll send you to Aunt Debbie's. You go to New Jersey. We'll send you to Aunt Debbie's. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a 2 week summer vacation. I'm gonna send Kip to Debbie. Right. I'm gonna send Jen to my sisters, and I'm gonna send the boys to James and Ernest. Gives them some hard labor. What? What? Yeah. Actually, Sean, they're actually going to be up near you. They'll be in Northport for 2 weeks in July. So anyway, look for a break of this one. Yeah, come on, buddy. You just need to go to sleep. Yes, come on. Daddy's got to finish. Come on. I got 15 minutes. Let me go. Um, Dollar yen looks exactly the same as Aussie yen, pound yen, euro yen. We were calling for a pullback yesterday. It did give us a level, and again, we already kind of had a top on this one, and we mentioned that that could potentially be the top, and we literally drew it right here at 8:30. We already had the top in there, so it did go just slightly higher, but it was an area that you could have looked at. I do think I had this one down. Hold on, let me check my notes. No, it's already moved too much. Oh no, it was right. Where was it? 46. Oh. Ow. Yeah, this one didn't quite have a. Ow. What? What? All right. Yes, yes. This is what nap time sounds like. Come on. Shh. She's gonna make me get up and do this bouncing around. I'm sure. Yeah, Ernest, it could be. It could be. But anyway, this one again, we call it the same thing. Actually, the dollar yen, I like to go higher. I'm not interested in a continued short on this one, as I think it will turn and kind of roll higher. So there we go. Eat your finger. Um, the knockouts on this one were very narrow for my in my eyes. I had a note for it, but there wasn't a good setup for it. The top knockout on this one for the top of the peak was 140. Was it 134.46? All right, here, go on the ground then. Come here, go on the ground. Here, there you go, right there. Here, here, go noise canceling software. Let's see how well it works. It looks like it's working. I don't see him crying on the thing, so yeah, we'll see. Lots of fun. Melissa is probably gonna be pissed though. I don't know. Yes, buddy. Okay, come here. All right. Shh. Forgot she's on a call with a client. So I guess having a crying kid in the next room is going to cause problems. Yeah, this is what multitasking is like, right? When you're trading slash home. All right, buddy, you're not helping. Oil, I would again. I mentioned this earlier. Oil, I would look for a short today. We don't have a decent entry on it. We talked about a break and a clean Harry Potter down. We based in there again, which is fine, and kind of slice through. So if we can base in this level again, I would look for it to turn and roll. I do think we get back down, and again, everything that we heard this morning is kind of talking about how prices are going to continue to increase, but I kind of like it more for a short than anything else. I don't, you know, I think at 122, 120, I think that there has to be some type of comments that help lower this. Exxon, as I mentioned with Nadex, hey, go ahead, eat your noodle, eat your noodle, eat your noodle. Um, Exxon made just an 8-year high. Buddy, you're really killing me today. Um, it's making an all-time high, or not all-time. Yeah, it's first time in 8 years it made an all-time high. Um, they're blowing it out 70% this year already. I think that there's going to be some comments now that everybody knows that they're making money hand over fist with this way. I think it's going to be like the anti-oil movement will start coming back in. Natural gas getting kind of creamed today. And again, it took a nice little bounce. It did come back up and grab that 23.6. So again, very technical retracement on this one. It did drop and it is finding a bottom right here. We had talked about $8.01. It missed it by, let's see. I said 80. Let's see. Actually, it's 8. What did I say? 801. Let's see. 8016 is where it needed to touch, and you can see it touched it. So again, the profit target to the downside was where we ended up grabbing it, and it's bouncing across. In reality, I think this one has the ability to go back up again. I was calling for 10. I don't think we're gonna hit 10 this week right now. This would be way too much of a move. It is kind of a parabolic move, so if we do find a bottom, we do have the inventory report in a little bit. We could potentially get some movement. Although I don't think there's going to be a big down draw right now. It is summertime now, so we're not really burning through it. There's no surprise. I mean, eh, no surprise cold snaps coming through, right? We're not seeing a winter storm warning coming through right now. It is June. We had another tornado warning in Maryland yesterday. Last night we had a tornado warning. Everybody was laughing at it, and we were like, "Hey, listen, our second tornado warning in 3 weeks." Um, so it's what we do in Maryland now. We are into tornadoes. But yeah, our second tornado warning. Nothing happened, but it's just they warn. But anyway, I would say expect this to go higher again. I'd like to find a decent base, but this is a level that we know that buyers have stepped in the past. If I'm wrong and it comes all the way back down $5, I'll be extremely excited. I have still not gotten. By the way, I've still not got my propane delivery, so I'm gonna let the guy know. It's like, hey, listen, it's down $1 in a day. What are you gonna do for me now? And he'll be like, 2 cents cheaper. I'm like, so gold. Gold also starting to retrace, and we talked about getting short gold. The 50 was very, very choppy. We do have a bit of a retracement and a push down. We did have a Harry Potter trade here, so again, it has already kind of hit that level once and pulled back through, and now it's getting pretty dominant to the downside. Lagarde's comments about inflation's everywhere, it's spreading, it's getting into more sectors. Again, not necessarily great for gold because there's going to be more and more focus on how do we crush inflation, right? How do we crush prices down? And again, that is an anti-gold based trade. Silver, taking it on the chops even more. Now, this zone here, we'd hit it once. Really, you could just, you could say that this is hit number 3 or 4. Um, 1, 2, 3. It hit it again, or you could say one, and this was a close miss. You could say 1, 2, and 3, and then pop, and then drove through. Um, I like this one, but it concerned me that we had buyers stepping in right here, right around this old 78.6 level. That would be an area for it to pop, but I do think in silver, I think we have the ability to get all the way back down here to 21 and really 2150. Um, 2150 is where I think it comes down to and then slowly starts to base. I'd like this one. I'd really want to see what this does after hours and European session. If gold and silver both rally up, then we're looking to get short pretty quickly, right? Before CPI. With them dropping down right now, I'm curious if the market is pricing all of this in and the CPI number actually makes them go up a bit. Again, 1.57 or 1.6 down is a pretty decent move for silver. If we can come back down in the buying areas, I mean, I hate to say this, is this setting up for a CPI trap? It could be. So if we can get something cheap, and again, Nadex does silver, but it's not necessarily always the best. Could be a decent ability to play this one. Um, VIX is pulling back a bit as it should, right? Dollar, obviously, dollar's getting higher. Pricing pressure across all sectors. I mean, that's what you got there. So let's see what we got in ES and see what type of setups. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier today. Watch it. We'll see what can happen. But again, once it starts to go below those Globex things, everybody's going to start shorting it, and it immediately went up at 9:45, took everybody out, broke stop losses, and then came back down. So I'd say it's kind of more inside right now. This short is out. Let's pull that off. Let's pull this off. This ended up turning right there, but we're going to remove it just to keep it clean. We touched the 178. I don't need that anymore. Let's see. We know we got this level right here. The open was absolutely nowhere, so this would not have been an opening trade setup today, or opening print setup today. It did get whipped out pretty quickly for anybody that did try to short this one based off the Globex highs and lows. Let's see. Do we have anything hide in there? Not really. I'd say 61 here is probably the only kind of like hidden level in this one that I'd be somewhat interested in, and that'd be 41.33. I don't love the level. It's okay. The only reason I'm looking at it is because it is a push up in price, basing in there, and then a big kind of drop to the downside, right? And it is a 61.8, so people will look at that and be like, oh yeah, that could be something. Um, it's all right. It's all right. Do have a big drop here. Trying to set this one up for tomorrow. Points down is that? 50's a lot. 50 is a lot. It's a bit far. So I was trying to see. Let's see. It's just a bit too far for that to the downside. So I'd like to see where we can get a new base in here. As I said, everything is kind of very negative right now. And again, this is probably looking at the um, unemployment numbers as well as the CPI tomorrow, having two negatives in a row with that consumer confidence number. Trying to find a decent level in it. Again, you can see the 23.6 did absolutely nothing. So everybody trying to play that. Oh my God, it's below. Wait for the pullback. They lost their positions there on the 23.6. The 50 also does not have much. So I mean, if we can get back up to 31, the 41.33 is decent. Again, the base here, do we take it? It's been hit a few times. I had a nice push off of it. I think if we do see a reversal today, maybe 40.83. Again, we got pretty close to it and it found a bottom. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we kind of grind back. If we don't, Maybe if we grind back down, maybe this is an end of the day kind of pop, and we end with an inside day today. But I really feel like that's what we're dealing with right now. I mean, if this is yesterday morning at 8:30 and this is last night at 4, we're kind of in an inside day right now. We're stuck between the highs and lows. So, more to the near term or more to the downside, but 80, 40, 83. NQ, kind of the same thing. We talked about dropping below. Look at that. The 9:30 candle, the open below the Globex low said, just kidding, right back up again. So, um, kind of the same setup. Look at this. This one came up here and dropped. Let's pull that so we can clean these. That is still fine. I don't need that. And look at that. Bop, 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 bop. Fake and high. Hmm. This here. Nice trap. 9:30 is here, so absolutely not an open. But again, opening below, easy trap. Yeah, I'd say probably 12,804 up top. Again, confirmed level, nice strong push out of it. This one, there's probably some people in there would be surprised if it rolls off that level. Being the 61.8 and the fact that we have this kind of group right here, I wouldn't be surprised if it bounces off. Kind of something in here, right? Something super, super light, like something like that. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes off there, but I'd wait to 12,804. And then again, bottom side, look for a confirmation balance off this one here. Don't take this as a number one, but a 12,433. YM, yeah. Look at the trap on that one. I was like, yeah, it's gonna go down and then potentially bounce and then come back up again, and it bounced. It literally was trying to wipe everybody out. So still inside day on this one, but again, no hair powder set up on that one. But there was a trap. There was a trap. Um, so kind of the same thinking on this. Here we got to break below this level here, and yeah, right now we got shorts coming in. Again, we talked about 32. Talked about 32,617 as being the kind of target today. So I think this one still has the ability to go down. But again, still an inside day right now. So not showing any type of movement top or bottom. So could be considered non-trending. And the Russell. So the Russell though, the Russell looks like it was out. And again, actually Russell. So I mentioned in the Nadex presentation that our target would be 1871, and yeah, it decided to blow right through it and come back up. So um get sliced right through the 50 like it's nothing. Kind of use the 618 on that one. But again, nice little trap on that. Let's clean this one up. Big question I have. So our target's already hit, but the big question I'm looking at is the basing here, the push. That was a very, very strong bit of movement out. I'm curious to see if 1852 is kind of an area where we get a reversal. And again, could it be an end of the day rally? Could it be an overnight positioning? Could be a lot of different things. But I think at this point, unless that's the bottom at 9:30 this morning, again, that's a lot of movement, very, very fast. Let's see, where is there potential issues coming in? Yeah, I mean, in reality, look at that there's your 23. Let's move this. 23 nothing, 50, and there's a little wick over wick there, right? 61.8 is where we really started to get some momentum. So I'd say probably more here. Like I said, 50, there's a little bit, but not enough to really put a position on there. Let's see if we can get a pullback to 1898. Be a decent short there. So that's kind of where I'm looking right now. 1852, 75, 1852.50 probably is fine as well. Or let's see, let's put it in a little bit lower. Let's put it at 1853. Gives us a little bit lower risk on that one. So yeah, 1853 and 1898 top and bottom on that one. Let's see what the techs are doing. Twitter's fighting. It's got to see if it can get through. Apple down, down, down. Apple's at a level right now. Apple's next level will be all the way down here. Right? It's Apple to 50. Not really. I was concerned about it. What's Tesla doing? Tesla going higher. It had a nice little pullback. Uh, they're red. They're the green. Well, it's going up for risk off. Yeah, so not many opening trades. Like I said, they were all kind of just breaking through that Globex low, kind of setting up a trap on that negative news. Um, again, negative news and Globex low. Again, easy to trap people in those. So that's what we saw. So really today, no 15-minute print openings. They were all just traps. And again, that happens. There's nothing you can do about it. So, wah, 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 you know, like I said, wouldn't have cost you anything, but you didn't make anything. So again, not a bad day if it didn't, hurt your capital. But yeah, so let's see. This is technically we're back in, although we did finally break below. But I would say this one's in just barely. But again, kind of an inside day from yesterday as well, with a little bit of a fake out below the bottom in a downtrend. So let's see, is there any headlines that have been affecting it? Remember, brand of professional investor, financial review system in Canada. Yeah. Explain what we've over the past few years. Canadian global monetary policy tightening will put a financial system resilience to the test and may exuberate current financial vulnerabilities. Okay. Um, ouch. Ouch. So some Canadians who took out mortgages in 2020 and 2021 could see monthly payments jump by 45% in 2025-26. Again, that 5-year reset as rates rise. Could you imagine suddenly if your mortgage rate rose 45%, what that would feel like? Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, that would hurt. Surpassing paying particular attention to the fact that the greater number of Canadian households are carrying high levels of mortgage debt. Yes, that's true. Um, ouch. But this, ouch, 45% jump in mortgage. That would be painful. Oof, ouch. All right, so that's it for today. We ended a couple minutes early. Yeah, that news is coming in. Macklin speaking. Actually, Macklin's going to speak in a little bit. So let's look at dollar CAD one more time. It is up. See if there's any nice. If we're near a level. Yeah, it's just going higher. It actually broke through. Actually, look at that. It's breaking through that second knockout. We're close. Let me go back to that knockout again. Like I said, there may be an opportunity to get short this one. They have. I'm sorry. It's 26.33. Yeah, so it's right there. So it's according to Nadex. This one has 4 pips before it gets broken. It almost broke. The next one higher is 53. Yeah. So this one, there is one. Let's see. Should be above those peaks. What did I say? 53. Yeah. There is one right there. There's your confirmation of it. It's close though. It's really close. There may be one in this one. If you guys are looking to play Macklin speaking, Macklin is speaking again, holding a press conference about the financial system review, kind of talking about where they're at with things. Um, again, that one quote is not the rosiest of quotes, that 45%, but they're talking about putting it to the test and controlling it. And again, monetary policy tightening. Again, tightening it means raising interest rates. That could provide some CAD strength. And again, this is literally just going straight up with CAD weakness and dollar strength. Question is he going to talk about anything? Look at the weekly call spread, maybe. Let's see. Whoops. Call spreads for dollar CAD. Is there one in close proximity? No, the weekly call spreads. I mean, I guess if you're looking to go long, but the weekly call spreads at the bottom. There's nothing. There's nothing to take. Basically, play the short in this one. So, mortgage racket. It is a mortgage racket. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a long, but even at this point, it's 56 worth of risk. I would look for more of a kind of a rollover. So I think this is the market pre-preparing, but I think there has the ability to turn and flip. So just there's not much in there. Let me see. Is there a binary that's cheap? Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of the pricing on the dollar CAD is really wrong. Is like the strike differentials they have are off. Um, not bad. So if you were looking to take advantage of a parabolic retracement, there's a dollar CAD binary and it's 11 p.m. tonight, so it's got 12 hours to go on it. It's sitting down here at 25.70. And again, not a trade recommendation. This is literally playing a parabolic move and looking for a retracement of this big kind of acceleration in price. It's only $15 worth of risk, so it's rather tiny. The one in front of it, which would be I mean, it's only 10 pips that you're going to gain. It would be 80, which should be up here. Again, if you're considering this a parabolic move running into a level, your profit target, this would be the origin of the move. Either of these two is kind of halfway there. It does give you 12 hours to retrace, and it only needs to have, it's about 54 pips worth of movement. So Macklin would have to say something in there to kind of get that one to move. Let me see if there's anything else over here. I guess. Fortunately, the prices move so much at this point that all the call spreads are done. So even with the current push up, I, it's so unfortunate. I mean, there are two knockouts in close proximity. One is only 3 pips, and again, the whipsaw just from the fact that he's going to say something. He could say, "Yes, I am the president of the BOC," and boom, it could pop 3 pips, right? I feel like just the spread widening is going to stop that one out. And I feel like right now it's 27 pips worth of risk if you took the one that actually has some room. If it was for like 15 or 16, like the pound one yesterday was, I think it would be pretty decent. Fortunately, it's kind of like, man, did we call in the top right here? Did we literally make it by just by like 1 or 2 pips at Nadex? I just feel like it's a little bit risky. But I mean, if you wanted to take it, you could. Um, right now, the risk on that one is like $12, right? $12, and you have about 5 pips worth of buffer on there to the downside. It would basically be you know, let's see. I don't think this one holds. Unfortunately, I really just don't think this one holds. Put it on there. What did I say? $12 risk. That's the cost of getting in. 5 pip stop. All right, we'll mark that one off and then check it yesterday. What did I say it was? 31, 33. Coordinates. There you go. So we'll see what it does. I think it's going to get stopped out right now. As I'm typing that, it's starting to surge again. So the bigger one would be up top. This 25, the 126.53. Again, I think what Macklin says could provide something in there. Some movement to the downside. Like I said, very, very strong push. And again, Macklin's going to talk about he's talking about the Canadian system, and he's going to talk about global pressures, but how they handle it in what the rising interest rates look like up in Canada. So we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and do the drawing today. So looks like Sean is going in major. Sean, did you win yesterday? Yeah, you won yesterday. So Sean's going for 250. Everybody else is going for 25. We will see how it works out. We're missing somebody today. Marina, Debbie, Will, Ernest, Nero, Sean. Maybe we're not missing somebody. All right. All right. Winner of today's drawing is wow. Sean, you want to talk about some hacks, right? Look at that. Sean, you had I don't even know what percentage, but man, look at that. You had plenty. There you go. That Nadex that bracket, the knockout just got taken out. Talk about statistics not working in your favor, right? Ernest has got some hacks now. He had a 10% chance of winning, right? 11, right? But yeah, absolutely neuro rigged. right? Statistics against Sean. Crazy, right? Crazy. Sean's like, what happened? What, like, why? What? Yeah. Sean's like, what happened? Statistics. Yeah. Typically, Sean. So, oh, so now who has tax? I know. Typically, Sean, the way that it works is Neuro goes in, and again, Neuro's got this mastered. He won two back to back, right? You win the first one, you go in with like five on the second one, so you're not taking yourself negative, and then you go big in with the 10, right? Because five people don't consider you a threat. And just like this, Ernest has his hacks on. It doesn't matter if you have 50 tickets, which you can't, you can have 10, right? Those hacks are in there. I've been hacking since day one. I know they exist. Nice. So, all right, guys. With that said, I'm out of here, guys and girls. Thank you guys so much. Again, apologize for Kit being kind of crazy. Melissa ran in to take him. That's why it got quiet suddenly. I don't know if her meeting was out or I don't know if I'm going to die after this or not. So we'll see. But with that said, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Watch that CPI number. Look for the market pre movement. I think there's going to be something good with that. I think we kind of get telltale. I think the data's already out. Everybody knows what it is. The important people, anyway. Mr. Pelosi definitely knows. So if you know what Mr. Pelosi's trading today, definitely trade it tomorrow. So just kidding. All right, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.